It's June Dreaming. We're here to talk about our new album, Abandon the Mothership, that'll be coming soon. We have a song that's going to be up pretty soon called Through the Black. We're very excited about it. Got the vocals done, putting a few things together for it.
Sounds good. I like it. Kind of reminds me of the Unknown Show. It's got a little bit of 80s rock sort of stuff going on to it.
Yeah.
Hopefully that'll be done pretty soon. How many times have you heard that in the last few months?
Quite a bit.
I mean it this
every
time.
Every time
though.
I listen to it, though, I want to add something a little different. You know, I like to plan back. I do songs in pieces, so...
As long as it just keeps getting a little bit better, then we'll keep working on it until it's done.
Yeah.
And this song in particular has been a good example of that. We keep coming up with more stuff, and everything just seems to work. So, but I think at this point, with the stuff that I played for you today, I think I think that's the end. I think that's
very close.
I think that's actually going to be the final version of that song. But we're going to have that up and done pretty soon.
Yay. I'm excited too because it's fun.
It is. It's a really fun song. It's very upbeat, especially for a lot of the stuff that we do. Good change of pace.
Yeah.
Perfect for the album. In addition, some other stuff we've been working on with the album, we've been going back and kind of touching up some of the older songs that are going to be on the album that came out a few years ago, simply because of the limitations that we had with recording back then. We have access to some better equipment now and a little bit more knowledge of how to use it. So we thought it was really important to go back and sort of not necessarily remix, because I hate that word, not remix these songs, but sort of polish them up and make them
revamp
what we wanted them to be at the time, but didn't have the ability to actually see it through.
Right.
And the first one of those revamped, upgraded new paint job songs is Zephyr 2, which we uploaded a couple of weeks ago. If you guys haven't had a chance to check that out, you definitely should. It sounds awesome. It's pretty much the same old song, but it's got a couple new surprises in it. I mixed it out a little bit brighter. You can hear things a lot better. It sounds a lot fuller. A huge improvement, I think, on that one. So if you haven't had a chance to check that out, you definitely should take a look at it.
Which Zephyr 2 was difficult for us because we had some issues when we were trying to get this song finished. I know I had some computer issues on my end, and then Bruce completely wiped out, and we had some people rescue us.
We did.
We're extremely thankful for that. Thank God that they stepped in and helped us. I mean, we were halfway through that song being done, or
it was more than that. It was in the last 10%, and we were really excited about it because that was the first song we did that really, we listened to it back and it was...
We had some good quality going on with it,
Exactly, and we were really excited to get it out to people.
Coming in, but then all of a sudden, boom! It was like everything was against us.
The train derailed. We didn't think that song was ever going to come out. The hard drive on my computer actually failed completely.
Yes.
And we thought we had lost that song completely from the ground up, and we're going to have to totally restart it. But we were saved by some quote unquote angels in the streets. Bubba, Tracy, James stepped in, saved the day, saved the hard drive, provided us with the means to get back on track and get recording again. So the point being, Zephyr 2, when we released it originally, it's always been a good song in our eyes, but we were not able to realize it completely at the time because of the computers dying, and we had to sort of shortcut a lot of things, and we didn't get to really make that song into the final product that you'll hear now when you go back and hear the album version of it, which we just released. It's really cool. The old one was always cool too. Still the same song. It's just, it sounds a little bit more professional now, and a much closer vision to what we originally wanted it to be.
And anyone who bought the song originally now gets the new version. We're giving that to them as a little bonus.
Absolutely.
So you get the way it was meant to be. Version.
Yeah, if anybody that watches this has bought Zephyr 2, or any of we're going back and doing, polishing up a few of the older songs. Yeah. So if we release one of these and you bought the older version of it, don't buy the album version of it. Just shoot us an email or
Yes.
let one of us know. You don't have to pay for the same song twice. We're not going to do that. So definitely, if you're one of those people that's affected by that, don't spend money. Just get a hold of us, and we'll email it to you free of charge.
Yes, and thank you for buying the first song anyway.
Yes, thank you
We
for your support.
appreciate it very much. We love all of our fans, which now we can talk about questions that our fans have for us as well.
This is something we've been putting off for quite a while now. We get a lot of wacky questions from our friends and fans out there in the universe. Some of them have to do with music, some of them have to do with equipment, some of them have to do with
Random things.
yes, we'll see. What do you want to go with first?
Well, I guess we've been asked about our favorite June Dreaming song.
Do you have one?
Mine is Dio Dandum. And
I would have guessed that.
well, originally that song was from the Dark Symphony, and that's how I met Bruce, is through his music. I found him on Reverb Nation, and that was one of my favorite songs. And I thought, man, if I can sing for this guy's music, I'm going to contact him and see if he'll let me. And that was one of the songs I wanted to do vocals to.
Do you regret that now?
No, not at all. I'm crazy. And that's how June Dreaming got started. So of course that song, it has a special place in my heart. And the lyrics that I wrote for it, I went through a journey during that time, and that song is definitely going through darkness and facing the darkness. And the song was originally called June Dreaming, or June
Faces
the Darkness, yes. And
And it's still, that's still what it's about.
it is. It's exactly what it's about. So that one has to be my favorite.
I always thought that song from the first time that you let me hear what you were doing with the vocals. I remembered that you thought I would hate it. You told me that you're probably not gonna like this, and I played it and I got it immediately and was like, this is perfect. That to this day, there's moments where you have throughout everything we do, but that song in particular, I think, was where you really took it and made it your own. That's like your.
My anthem?
I don't know if anthem is the right word
Yeah, I
for
guess
it,
you're
but,
right,
but yeah, it's like
it's basically like my journey. It's almost
it's your
like
theme song.
It is. If you went through my weird head and wanted to know what I was like during a certain time in my life, that song is a roadmap.
It's a
in my
perfect
head, I guess.
snapshot of a lot of the things that you've been through.
Yeah.
Without getting into a whole lot of the detail of it.
Yeah.
Um,
I hope that happens for everyone that listens to this song, that if it speaks to you because you've gone through some things in your life, and how you can get out of it. Because the end of this song just is me breaking through and finding faith and finding light at the end of the tunnel, a very long, dark tunnel.
It was also, I always thought, like, you breaking through and finding your voice
Yeah.
as a singer, as a part of June Dreaming. A lot of, up to that point, a lot of it was stepping around eggshells, it seemed like. And then when you did that, that's when I felt like you sort of just said, you know what, this is what I want to do. And just sort of like, let your light shine the way you wanted it to shine, without any sort of box around it. And I thought that was awesome, to really kind of showcase that.
Yeah.
That's probably, I could be wrong, I would imagine it's probably one of the most personal pieces of music that we've done for you, and that really comes through in the vocals on it. That it really, you can tell it's sincere, that these are real feelings that are being real emotions coming out.
Yeah.
That's a good pick for the best song. There's a flip side to the question of what's your favorite June Dreaming song. What's your least favorite? And we actually just talked about this. You had a good answer to that. You don't have one.
I can't pick.
My favorite June Dreaming song is Satori.
I like Satori.
Zephyr 2 is probably behind it in the number 2 spot, but Satori, that's kind of even though you're the one singing it, like that's the song that I sort of took in that has the biggest piece of me in it.
Yeah.
For a lot of different reasons, different standpoints. I guess I have to talk about the one I don't like. Let's just get it over with. And this is easy for me because you're not on it, so I can say that this song isn't that
Yeah, I
good.
didn't screw up one of his songs.
No, technically I didn't screw it up either, but my least favorite June Dreaming song is called... What is it called?
Oh no.
I've completely... it's called the Dream Sequence. It's so insignificant to me that I don't even remember what it's called anymore. It's not...
It's long forgotten.
Well, it probably should be, though. It's not that it's a terrible song. It's my least favorite, but not because it in itself is that bad.
Yeah.
It's
Question anyway. Do we have a terrible song? Of course we don't.
well, if we do, but hopefully you guys won't ever hear them. The thing with the Dream Sequence, if you listen, it's an instrumental song from the first album, The Dark Symphony. If you hear the song by itself, that's where it has no substance. That's where I think it's weak. That's where I don't like it. Not long ago, I went back and listened to the entire album. When you hear the whole album, it actually makes sense. The song has a purpose. It fits there. But if you take it by itself and put it under a microscope, there's just not much to it. There's not much there, and I just don't think it really has legs when you shine a light on
Maybe
it.
it needs revamp. Maybe it needs vocals.
No, I don't think
No,
so.
He doesn't want to open that up, I guess. So.
We'll just leave that one in the closet. What else do we have? What other questions do people want to know? Why don't we have any acoustic music? That's a question that we get. We get that one a lot.
Well, you do remember the Zephyr 2 story. So we have a lot of tragedy happen.
There's really not a tragedy with the acoustic. It's just we don't
Other than
have
we
one.
don't have one?
Yeah,
That's a pretty
well,
big
that's
tragedy.
just an
I like
unfortunateness.
acoustic music.
A tragedy would be if we had an acoustic
And
and
then it got run over or something.
right, like a runaway steamroller
I
crashed
think
through
not
the wall and
having one
smashed
is
it.
tragic enough for me.
But we're working on that.
Yes.
That's actually a high priority thing.
Very high.
Very high. We're going to be getting a hold of an acoustic. We're going to be adding some acoustic stuff. We don't have any sort of angst towards acoustic music. It's just we don't have one hanging around the apartment, so
Right.
we don't record with one. But that's going to change. And one of the reasons we want to get one is tied to another idea that we've been throwing around for a while now of doing some videos covering other people's music. And we've spent a few weeks talking about some ideas. We think we know the first couple of videos that we're going to work on, the first few songs that we want to cover. Keep coming up with more as we go.
I know, I keep sending him, hey, I think we should do this song.
That's fine. You
Yeah.
know, the more ideas we have,
And
the
we
better.
want to know maybe some songs you guys would suggest for us to do.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
want to hear us do our version of some song that you love? Send it our way. Put it in the comments. Send us a private message. Whatever.
Hit us up
Just
on
let us know.
Facebook, whatever, or like she said, just put in the
You have a
comments.
favorite
down here.
song and you want to hear it June Dreaming style.
Yeah, because
I think that
we're
would be fun
we're
to know what they want to say.
and throw out any ideas you have, because some of the stuff that we've talked about doing are not songs that you would expect us to do, but we want to do them because we want to put that June Dreaming twist on these songs and make it our own version. So these aren't just going to be bedroom, acoustic guitar projects where we note for note do other people's songs. We're actually going to take some of these songs and change them up a little bit and see if we can. What was the one we were talking about? Oh, No Doubt, Just a Girl. Remember
yeah.
how we were talking about taking that and by the time we get done with it, it's not going to even be the same kind of mood as the original
we like to
song.
change
We tossed around the idea of taking that song and slowing it down, kind of making it like a song about, instead of being this bubblegum poppy song, which is what it was, paint it in the light of like almost like despair.
Yeah.
I think that's the best way to put it.
We also want to do the White Rabbit. We agreed on that.
I mentioned that on Facebook, and
You did?
the response was pretty overwhelming.
Okay. It's a
I think everybody wants to hear us do anything that has to do with Jefferson Airplane. That's nothing new.
Yeah.
that's something we've been tied to for since day one.
Yeah, I was
really.
gonna say we mentioned that clear back in the
There are
beginning of June.
there are far worse bands to be considered alongside than Jefferson Airplane. So it'll definitely be cool to give a lot of those people what they've wanted for a while now, which is, from our perspective, going to be our take on White Rabbit. That's going to be awesome.
I love that.
And then we have a few other ones that we talked about. We won't mention them yet. We want to keep some surprises.
Yep.
Keep some aces up the sleeve.
Right.
We have a lot of questions that we go through, but I wanted to throw this one out there. It's real short, real simple, and we were just talking about this. Short, sweet, and to the point. Cocoa Pebbles, Fruity Pebbles, or Cocoa Puffs? I'm sorry. Which cereal do you like most?
And you want me to answer that?
Well, you don't have an answer because
Because I like eggs and bacon. I
um,
don't want cereal. Give me eggs and bacon and hash browns.
I've always been a Fruity Pebbles
I'm
guy.
hungry.
I used to have a tradition with a friend of mine where every Saturday she and I would get together at like 8 o'clock in the morning on our day off. We'd get out of bed, get together in our pajamas, and watch cartoons and eat Fruity Pebbles.
Were you watching the Flintstones?
No. A lot of times we ended up watching the movie PCU.
I don't know that movie.
I just bought it. You should
Oh,
borrow.
you did?
You should borrow it. PCU's it's a funny movie. But anyways, Fruity Pebbles has always been one of my favorite cereals. Cocoa Puffs, as I just told you, I don't think I've ever even eaten Cocoa Puffs. I definitely don't remember eating it.
Is that
Maybe?
the one with the bird on it?
Yeah, he kind of
don't
looks
eat
like
cereal.
I think he's in my mind. I want to say he sort of looks like a really weirded out version of Foghorn Leghorn.
Oh, okay.
I might not even be thinking of the right cereal. I can just
I don't
picture a
know.
really brown box. I think
I
there's some
know
sort
what
of
Fruity
weird bird
Pebbles
on it.
are. This is colorful. It
Yeah,
has the Flintstones on it, but I don't remember the other one.
I think the more I think about it, I can't remember who actually was the person who posted this question, but I think a more appropriate question would have been Cocoa Puffs or Cocoa Pebbles, because there's a Cocoa Pebbles too.
Oh, well, maybe they meant to write Cocoa Pebbles and Fruity Pebbles.
The world may never know. Speaking of things the world may never know, did you know that they invented a machine with a human tongue on it? And this is no joke. Science
wrote a song about it.
Science spent money. They put a tongue on a machine and they tested, and they finally know how many licks it takes to get to the Tootsie Roll center of a Tootsie Pop.
Really?
Yes.
But wouldn't that depend on the person?
That's what I said. I said, I want to see this tongue. I want tests run. We
You need
need
a
to check.
t-shirt that says that.
We need to see how, if like it has the appropriate amount of saliva on it. Does it dry out? Like I imagine if you lick a Tootsie Pop over and over and over, every lick is not going to be the
Some
exact
chunks
same.
might get more tired than others.
Well, the answer,
I mean, I don't know. This
the
is a
answer-
really weird
the answer
conversation
according,
we're having.
aren't they all? The answer according to science, according to the tongue machine, which I really hope is like discovered in a cave in 6 million years after, mankind has died off and a new thing has risen up. They discover this tongue machine
Who
because,
paid for this?
well, why? What is this thing? But anyways, 364 licks
364.
to get to the center of a Tootsie Pop.
Okay.
For the average human. For
You know what?
For Gene Simmons from Kiss, it's still like 26, I think, licks to get to the center of a Tootsie Pop.
I think somebody just wanted Tootsie Rolls and Tootsie Pops to make money. That's what it sounds like.
Maybe
That
they
is-
were becoming a
That
little
is not a real
irrelevant.
answer.
They were becoming a little irrelevant, so they manufactured this fake news story
Yes.
to get
This
themselves.
is why I don't watch TV.
You don't really think that companies and corporations do things like that, do you?
No comment. Anyways, thanks for watching us. Let's get off the tongue subject. It's creeping me out.
364. So check out Zephyr 2 if you guys haven't. Check us out
Yay.
here in the next couple months. We got new stuff coming.
Yep.
We will see you guys pretty soon. Thanks for checking everything out. Thanks for your support. Be cool.